Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest podcast you'll never listen to. I'm Cro-Mag, and this is...
Turtle Trains.
Okay, brother, let's fix this.
I don't know why it's twice.
All right, so this past week was Backlash. And obviously we're going to eventually get to the main event, which was promoted hilariously. You know, and if you guys remember, I was talking about it. I was expecting it to be satirical and have them, they were calling it the greatest match ever and have it end like in a disqualification like 2 seconds in or something stupid, So, but, all right. Without further ado, we're going to start with the very first match, which was the pre-show match, which was Apollo Crews and Andrade, which got pushed. McMahon's like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to put this over here. So he said, fuck you, and moved it over there. Thoughts on the match, sir?
And before we start the match, I agree with that. And, one card we could have maybe switched over, and I'm not hating on the thing, but we didn't get a title shot for it. We could have kept that title shot in the actual show, and then maybe had that goof-off tag title match pre-show. Just saying. Anyways, the United States Championship, it was all right. I'm a big Andrade fan. I was kind of hoping to tame it. Let's see what Apollo Crews does with it. I think he's going to lose early, though.
I think he's going to lose it at SummerSlam, but...
Yeah, next pay-per-view.
Or if
not, rules, right?
If not, he's going to lose it at... Well, see, we don't know, because here's the problem. We know that recently... Heyman was released of his managerial duties, or executive producer, whatever the fuck, right?
Oh, righty.
So Pritchard's now 100% in charge, and we know for a
fact. I'm excited.
So am I. Pritchard was, he did used to
92 to like
2000
and yeah,
like something like he was. Dude, he's good. I for sure.
Yeah. He's made the whole DX invades WCW. That was his whole storyline.
Right, but
great promo.
My only comment on it is Heyman was pushing former SmackDown stars, if you remember, which would be Zelina, Andrade, or whatever. So I'm curious what's going to happen. Like I said. Now that Heyman's not in charge. But with Heyman going back to... Go ahead.
I was about to say, I felt like Heyman just wants to do like... what's the word? Forming instead of doing the whole backstage and everything. I just too much on his plate and he just wants to get rid of something. Did he get replaced? Or did he just like... For sure... Or was it him that wanted to leave? You know what I mean? I didn't.
As of right now,
it's going to be a manager.
It went from one person doing SmackDown, one person doing Raw, to one person.
Right. You got Bischoff was SmackDown, correct?
No. Well, how long ago? Not recently.
I want to say when they gave the writing to Heyman for Raw, they gave the same for Bischoff on SmackDown.
I don't pay that close
attention. I think they got
I got a shitty...
They bought a share for it.
Yeah.
Do something with it now.
Maybe. I have a shitty memory when it comes to who's in charge. Like, I don't pay that close attention to the behind-the-scenes stuff sometimes. I just mentioned the Heyman thing because I got excited when I was like, he's going back in the ring. Yes. Like, not in the ring, but, on stage, I guess.
I would like to see Heyman manage talent.
But that's what everyone's wondering. Is he going to manage Brock again? Is Brock coming back for his part-timer, one of his tour, But it would be cool if they could have him manage Brock and maybe somebody else.
Who's kind of the young talent bad guy going on right
now? Right.
It's Elias. Bring back Elias. I don't see Heyman being Elias. together, but
No, that wouldn't be a good
something like a
match.
CM Punk theme. You know what I mean?
So
Like you just get some young talent.
to me, a good one for Heyman to manage, I guess, is NXT though. So that doesn't work either, and that would be obviously, I'm a big Dexter Loomis fan, so I think that would be sick. But that wouldn't really fit that well either. But enough about the
They,
what?
I was about to say if they gave the push to Velveteen Dream, that'd be cool.
Nah, that wouldn't fit for Heyman either, though. He cuts
I
it so
mean, Dream's a heel, kind of.
right, but Dream cuts very good relatively good enough promos on his own. We got to think about someone
That's
who can't cut a promo.
true. That's
Now,
true.
I don't mean can't cut a promo
You
because
know who would have been perfect if they got the sign? Cage.
yeah, because he doesn't need yeah, but that would be too one of those like okay, you know what I mean? Because he did Lesnar. Lesnar was a big dude.
Yeah.
I like
But he don't cut promos that good.
no, he really doesn't. And it's funny about him is he's a big dude and he can move. And then he got into a big battle on Twitter with fucking Lacey Evans because she's like, this is my thing. Like it was the moonsault basically, and he's like, fuck you, I did this before you. Look, here's a clip, and I was like, yo, like. And I'm like, anytime a big dude does shit like that is impressive. From you to Lesnar to Keith Lee to I named a bunch of people that do impressive shit like
Same
that. It's like
feature finisher. Who cares?
right. So whatever. I mean, I wouldn't even want it to be a signature thing, but like, yeah, I'm okay with it being okay.
I just
So
I hate commentators calling. I'm sorry. Go keep going. Yeah, I'm sorry. We
no,
keep going off topic.
no, we're good. We're good. We're good. The very first match of the show, if I'm not mistaken, was Bailey. It was the tag team, ladies tag team, right? So I was a little. I enjoyed it. My kids were a little upset that Bailey being the bad lady, and and Sasha being like bad, but I think it was really good idea because I think what they're gonna do is continue to keep that deep rooted, and then you and me, and for you who don't know, Turtle and I are very big fans of like year long, 2 year long stories, which Sasha and Bailey that shit's been brewing since before WrestleMania. Like you guys aren't really
Banks is taking it.
you guys aren't really friends, and she's like whoa 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 whoa. I see what you're trying to do here, and that's like every week they do that. So they
Banks, she ain't had it before.
right.
That's the only title that she never held.
So they're gonna keep. I think they're gonna keep the deep rooted hatred brewing between the two of them for a little bit longer, and I think it's a great idea. I think them losing the title would almost have to. They would have to then go. They would be bickering, knowing who their characters are. If they lost the title, I think it's gonna. Whenever they lose, I think it's gonna start to blow up. I think their friendship is gonna implode, which is cool. It's gonna be a good story. I think. I hope. We'll see. Now the next one was intense, and the match was shitty, I think, but the story was short, but it was intense, and that was okay. So let's talk about the story first for Hardy and Sheamus. Um, if you
Man,
remember,
that went a 180 on me. I really thought they were going to go with Hardy on.
right, but I know why they didn't. God bless you. I know why they didn't, and I'll explain that in 1 second. And so dude, anytime you bring real life into it's usually like that's like attitude era shit, which is fine, but like at the same time, it's like ooh.
I don't like it. It brings back the storyline to me when they did it with the Road Warrior Hulk. I hated it.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that story.
Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy it, but there's certain topics. Like I had to mute it really quick when my kids were listening because I don't want them knowing about you just junkies taking a piss test. Like I don't want them knowing about that. Maybe I shelter
Yeah,
my
yeah.
kids a little bit, but like they're kids, and
Well, I think the closest you can probably get away with it is when Jericho did the whole scene with CM Punk.
Right.
Just dropping the
So
the
now,
jack down his face.
now before I get hate and say, well, yeah, wrestling's not for kids. But that I need to know that. Like, if this is gonna start going back to the Attitude Era, I'm all for it. I'm a huge fan of that. Attitude Era was the shit. But
Or if they do that, remember back in the day in the Attitude Era, had the kids section like 8, 9, and
yeah,
10 mark or whatever. They had a thing that re-intro
which would
that
say
hey,
like,
this is
yep, I do remember that. But that was after they received a lot of hatred and phone calls.
yeah.
Because if you remember this, we're way off topic, but the Stone Cold fucking, he busted in that. He goes, well, I was a piece of trash, so I busted in his house, and he was crazy, so he pulled out his pistol.
Oh yeah, with Paul.
And the
Yeah,
camera just cut off. Like,
yeah. Brian Pillman.
oh,
Yeah, USA. They didn't know about it.
no.
They didn't know about what's going on. I seen pistol and were like, nope.
And then it was funny because, like, DX is like, wait, so we're going to read this letter verbatim back to them. Hi, USA has told us that we cannot say shit, piss. He's reading off the thing. Like, that is ingenious, in my opinion, to literally take it. And what are they going to do? Get mad? They're the one that wrote the letter. It's a professional level letter, you know? So that was a really good moment. So now, yeah, it was pretty intense watching that. I actually felt for Hardy. The storyline I'm talking about, though, still watching him, like, them have to bring it up. Like, dude, this guy, like, I don't like Hardy's personal life. I don't like junkies. I can get it. I have empathy for it. I understand what's happening. I feel bad, but I don't like it, you know. So, like, I don't like that they brought it up. I really didn't like that at all. But they did, and I felt bad for him. Like, dude, like, how much of it was him going, yeah, let's go, let's do it, and how much of it was them going, you're doing this, you're fired, and he goes, shit.
Probably did go with it because he's probably, like you said, he's probably sober as fuck and he don't care now.
Yeah, but he's been sober like 5 or 6 times, and it's one of those things where everyone I know that's actually been over it, they don't shy away from it, but they don't want to kind of revel in it like that, you know. And my point was,
Right.
if it was his idea, congratulations, sir, and I love you for that. That takes a lot. Now, the reason I think they made him lose is because maybe they're going to go even darker and have him sit there with, like, something, you know, paraphernalia, if you will, and go, maybe I should. You know?
You think they're going to let him bring Neo out?
That's my point. I don't know what's going to happen, and I think that's why they did it, to, like, maybe...
Or is that considered still Impact?
Say again?
Is that character still considered Impact?
I think so.
The right for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't use him?
Probably not.
Because remember they had the thing about the delete thing. They couldn't do it for a minute.
Yeah, but I think it's... I don't know. I've always thought that stuff's stupid. It makes sense because you don't want characters jumping, but, like, to me, if you're not, as long as you don't have a show on the same night, use them. Go ahead, you know, build them up more. Make him.
How can you tell him not to use it when it's his middle name, though? I know the character, but that's his middle name.
I understand. So, and that's something that, like, if you remember the WCW era, like, they had a problem with Nash using his Razor Ramon personality, but he was Nash. And, you know, Ted Turner paid a pretty penny, a lot of fines and whatnot, but, like, that's just himself being himself. Like, if you look at
about Scott Hall?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Nash is, yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, Nash is Diesel.
Big Daddy Diesel, yeah, my bad. So my point was, though...
Bruce Pritchard gave him that.
Right, but here's the issue, though. To this day, if you look at any interviews, he's, even like if it's a non-wrestling interview, he's got a toothpick probably in his mouth.
Yeah.
So that's just him.
It's so funny. Like when they introduced that character to Vince never seen Scarface before, and he's like, "What, pal? Yeah." He's like, "Let's just do it." They're like, "You never seen Scarface?"
Well, you know.
He didn't like get it. They had to explain it to him and shit.
So the the match that came afterwards, I'm not even gonna give you my 2 cents on it because I'm biased as hell. Um, but I'll let you just talk about it, and that was Asuka and Nia Jax.
Right, here's you remember we went back to that example about the United States Championship being on the pre-show? Here's another match they could have like filled in and just swapped out for it. If you're gonna give us a count out match, put it in the pre-show, please.
Right, but
Just like that was the most cop outest match ever.
it's
I'm not a big Nia Jax, and it was just really.
it's a Raw Women's Champion, and the reason they're not going to put that in the pre-show is,
I know
maybe
it's
they're
Asuka. She just got it.
right, and they don't want to be like, well, put the women on first. You know what
We
I mean? Like,
we know Asuka can act. So what's the problem?
Asuka can
To see
definitely
a count out.
hack. Asuka can definitely hack. Asuka can definitely carry. Nia Jax is just, to me, I'm not even gonna give my opinion because I don't like her at all.
That, it's same with Snuka's daughter. Yeah, not a
Yeah,
big fan. Like she's so stiff.
yeah.
Just
It's like Nia is just a. It's almost like she's just a slob in tights. Sorry, like for anyone
pretty
that's a
much,
fan, but like,
man. If you seen that big gash she put on Carly Sane, woo.
yeah, she fucked up Kyrie Sane. Sorry, she fucked her up, and yeah, it was. Uh, I'm not a fan, and it's like Nia's the best contender we have for Raw for the ladies right now. Like, are you kidding me? Can we just bury her?
Yeah,
Not bury her, but like, can we do something
yeah,
different? Just something. Just I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not a Nia
If
Jax fan.
my thing is like I can be a Nia Jax fan if you're really gonna be a heel, don't don't come in the ring. Do your heel promo and then let the smallest person rush you, and your quote is, "Hey, chill, bro," and then you get jumped. Like that threw me. I'm like, oh, what?
Yes,
That was the worst thing ever.
her character. I think and the reason I'm not a fan, and there's a lot of reasons. Because I was a fan at one point, but I'm losing my fanhood, I guess. And it's because of shit like that. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
and
you
not
would think
and
you.
not just that. She's a big woman. You're telling me she can easily get fucked up like that? Like, it's not believable. Like, I get it. It happens sometimes, and it's wrestling, and there are times a little guy takes out a big guy. Fine, but like, she didn't sell it. She didn't do a good job with it. It's just, ugh.
Yeah,
Chill,
at
bro.
least
Like, fuck you.
if yeah, chill, bro. And then at least if you would have just clothesline, power power slammed or whatever, came rushing at
Anything.
Sane, and then
Anything.
Oscar would have jumped you from the back or hit you in the low blow or something like that, and that would have dropped you. That would have worked,
Yes.
But
Yes.
you walked back, and you were the biggest person in this room. Like you should have walked forward.
Yep. Speaking of big people, Braun Strowman and MC Miz and DJ Drip Drip.
Oh, we talking about?
The Miz and hey,
oh,
ho ho,
oh,
bro.
yeah,
Hey, ho
yeah.
ho. Um,
That to me was obvious. Who was
yes,
Roman lost?
but here's the thing. Like, Miz did a pretty good job. The two of them did a really good job. Like, I like the match.
They did.
It was good. Like,
Miz sold a lot of stuff with his face, which I like.
So here's
Like you could tell he did not want to be in the ring.
right, and here's why we're gonna go with that. And what I mean is, so the Miz is one of the. Why is this okay? I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. Like, why does it seem that talent nowadays don't know how to sell it? What I mean by that is they think it's fast paced, bam, 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 and that's how you win. Because if you look at Orton, he released a statement about basically that. He's like, dude, if I did what they do, I wouldn't have had a career as long as I do. I plan on doing it for another 10 or 20 years at least.
Yeah.
Right. And then, so we'll get back to that. But like, the Miz is one of the people that the Miz is old. I mean, he's been around since 2004, 6, that range. Like,
Right.
he's old.
Well, and that's the thing too. Here's a reverse too about you were talking about emotions on the face too.
Yes.
It's like I don't like when new people will do the whole like if they did like a DDT, it's not even a finisher. A person kicks out, and then they'll back up to the corner and slide like an oh my god moment, like Triple H did with Undertaker. Like they try to pull that like they force an oh my god moment out,
Yeah.
and it looks so fake.
Right.
I've been noticing that a lot with young people.
Now I get it. That's not something you're either good at it or you're not. I mean, I'm sure you can learn it to an extent.
You gotta flow that natural feeling.
And there's some high end athletes that, like Matt Riddle. I think one thing that might hold him back long term is that I don't think he's very talented athletically. I wonder about his in ring like.
You got that Ronda Rousey smile.
Yeah, dude. So, but all right. So after that was the McIntyre Lashley match. That I liked that the story's been going on for a little bit. I liked that there's some other deep rooted shit going on with Lashley and Lana. That was kind of cool. It's not just Lashley versus McIntyre, so that was pretty cool. I was not surprised that McIntyre won. So I need your thoughts, sir.
I was a big fan of the match.
Okay.
Big fan of the match. Match, good. I like the jump. I like him working him in his attire. I like the MVP coaching him, like just stay on him. Like that was Paul Heyman thing. The whole match was great.
Yes.
Hated the whole stomp up on the thing. You screwed him. And then she flinches before it even happened, where like it just didn't. Like I was just like, really, this is how you. We all know he's gonna claim more of this, but don't put her involved in it. And there's a different, like we've already know they're on a negative road here. Why do you have to get her to interfere like that dumb thing?
So, if this was not a pay-per-view, whatever. But like
exactly
to be a pay-per-view ending, like that put more
focus
on them. It was
the match was great, but why did it end it like?
So it's almost like it took it from it being a match to Bobby jobbing for McIntyre.
Exactly.
Which loses a lot of credit.
He went back to the original Bobby when he first signed back.
Yeah. But the match was good. So the match that followed was that bullshit, ridiculous, cinematic.
The rivalry.
So now here's the thing. I really like the little rivalry, friendship bullshit, the Street Profits.
I do too.
Vikings.
I just wanted to see a tag.
But I don't want to see that in a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I wanted to see a tag.
Don't get me wrong. It was great, and I love it, and I think it was honestly, I don't want to say genius, but it was hilarious, and I definitely was very entertained.
Oh man, I laughed. Yeah, they all worked together. The whole little quotes they said were great.
But you mean to tell me you're gonna use that? Like the Ninja Turtle throwback was hilarious. Like it was just awesome. Right? They were like jumping and like the way they were fighting, and they jumped up and did the whole like cowabunga.
Oh, they had the sound effects.
Yeah, the jump up cowabunga fist bump, like it was great. And the way they were running was kind of like, it was just really good, and I was very, very entertained.
He's so slow because he's the one that took care of all the ninjas.
If you weren't eating them turkey legs. No, so I
didn't like the gator scene though. That was kind of dumb.
No, that wasn't a gator.
Really?
Nah.
They were throwing a gator tail towards him.
No, it wasn't a gator tail. At the very end?
Yeah,
Nah,
in
dude,
the
no.
dumpster.
Nah, look at it closely. It was an octopus fucking like a kraken arm.
It was just like somebody slinging the gator tail towards him.
Maybe, but it looked the way it was moving. It looked like it was a fucking like an octopus arm, like a tentacle coming at him, like a kraken. That's what I was thinking it was, Which
Hey, it was green.
I'll have to look it up then because to me it almost felt like it was the thing with whatchamacallit, the end of Star Wars. Do you remember? What was it? Do you remember that or no? Like the original Star Wars where they're in the trash dumpster and like there's that octopus thing in there.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So I again I don't really care. It doesn't matter.
Just,
But that's what I thought
I
it
sailed plenty of seas, lad, and I know what a kraken will see.
was. Okay. So with that said, after that was the main event, which dude. So
Loved it.
So let's just take it back to the very beginning, and we're gonna go on this for a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see it or don't want to hear about it, turn this off now. You've been warned. So the Edge and Orton match, the story was pretty decent. They're kind of like part timers though. Which is like whatever. Wasn't a promo every week, so clearly we know as fans these guys are only going to have this pay-per-view thing and it's going to be more or less a one-off, which whatever. And the other thing that's weird too is with COVID going on and we're getting over it, we're slowly going to start seeing people hopefully wrestle again that haven't in forever, and Orton is one of those outside of him and Edge, but anyway, so yeah.
I think Orton's still got what he's like 35, 36.
No, he's like 39, 40. He's got to be because he was 20 when he first came out, was he not? Or was he 18?
Yeah, he was like 20, 21.
Yeah, so
yeah.
He's 40 actually. He was born in 80, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he's 5. Okay.
I want to say he was 8.
I always thought he was like a year older.
No, he was 8 years older than me. And I only
Okay.
remember that because when he came.
You 85?
I'm 88.
88? Okay.
Right. So the story with them is cool because, for those that do know, the two of them had a long, deep-rooted, like, nowadays fans don't know that Orton and Edge were, I mean, the Rated RKO was, I liked that tag team. Like, that was a good tag team.
Oh, yeah. See, yeah, these two guys here were probably two favorite guys. Top, if you want to do top 5, they are in the top 5 guys. Pick.
Top 5.
I like top 5 greatest wrestlers that you like. They're in my top 5.
And you're, ooh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's I can't.
Give me you two. Give me your two. Just give me 2.
Angle and Taker.
There you go.
And then after that, I would go with Triple H. So that's
you gotta throw some Savage in.
I'm gonna say Mike. No, I'm gonna throw Michaels before him.
Mike.
Yeah. For a 5th, I'm gonna go Macho Man all day. Those are my top 5.
Oh, yeah.
But Stone Cold beats out Michaels, pushing fucking Macho Man down to 6. So it's
oh.
And then yeah, so that's tough. Like they're all good for different reasons. I mean, I love Orton. When he came out as this arrogant fucking asshole, it was amazing. Cause
there's not a lot of superstars that I cling on to. Orton was one of them. I watched some OBW. I'm like, that kid right there,
yeah,
do it.
And
I knew about his father, and so I watched his father.
So I get the same feeling about that I had about Orton and Cena, ruthless aggression Cena, mind you.
Yeah.
I had the same feelings about both of them that I have about Austin Theory.
You said Austin Theory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel that if the kid keeps working, and listens to what he's fucking told by people like Orton and Triple H and maybe even Edge, and trying, hopefully he's given good advice, not shitty advice, because Lesnar was given some shitty
That
advice.
is true. Yeah.
I
That's the one with Seth Rollins right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah. He's got that charm smile look to him.
Right, to me he's Orton 2.0, like not in the better sense, but
Yeah.
like he's where Orton was. Like if you were to, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Does he? Oh yeah. I know what you're saying. Does he? Does he have any family that was in it, or is it just him? You know of?
Nah, I don't know anything about his past because I don't care, because I don't want to jade my opinion. So I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
ride
Yeah.
it out for a minute. And
Like I know. No, wait. That's the other one. Cousin Angel. Yeah. I don't know if
yeah.
his father.
All right, so
Bad.
but that's fine. So back to the match. It was funny because everyone knows it was pre-recorded. So whatever, and everyone knows that there was a bunch of shit that went down. And if you look on Twitter, there was a bunch of he goes, "I just had the greatest lullaby ever to my daughter." No, and then he's like, "I just had the greatest piss ever. I just had the greatest," and all week it was just like.
Oh, the memes and shit.
It was Orton or Edge rather that I saw doing a lot of it. Like, I just had the greatest sandwich ever. No, but seriously, it was amazing. Just shit like that, which tells me that, and I didn't. Part of me was forgetting that they knew that they were already done recording it. So I was hoping that it was literally going to be satire, but I'd be really disappointed because the two of them, as we do know, did an incredible job. So for them to have ended it in satire would have been a shame. But so what'd you think of the very opening of the match?
I kind of got scared in the very open. The only reason why I say that is right when they went into that first grapple.
Too far.
The camera
before that.
Oh, right in the introduction.
Using Fink.
I got chills, man. I was like goosebumps.
So,
I wanted to Ultimate Warrior shake my wife and get all crunk with her, but I know she don't know who Fink is, and she think I'm crazy. But
so there was a lot of mixed people like, "Oh, just let him die, fucking blah blah blah." Like, look, dude, and they're like, "Well," and then they were like,
so brilliant.
They were like, "Yeah, but people hated him, towards for a while there at the end of his career or whatever, and why are they acting like fucking?" I said it's because you pay respect, whether you liked him or not. The guy did a lot. It would be like if Vince McMahon kicked a bucket today. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure every single one in the wrestling business would go. Even Jericho, who fucking hates him. So not Jericho. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying though. People that hate Vince they would go, "We'll pay respect," because it's what you do. You pay respect to
Jim Cornette. There you go.
I fucking hate that dude though. But anyway, so yeah, the first grapple was, I was like, I was waiting. I was waiting for the build up, and that's okay. So, kind of before I get a little off topic.
The only reason I didn't like that grapple was because the camera went under their legs, and I was like, please don't do those angles. And that was the only time they did it. Thank God.
They did some.
I don't like that.
There were some other shitty camera angles.
There was one where they crawled in the ring, but it wasn't in their leg.
You could tell it was like, ugh. But I was just like, meh. Okay, so there's just so much in that match. Without sitting down and taking notes, dude, it went on for forever, and it didn't feel as long because there wasn't I don't want to say there wasn't a lot of action, but like the two of them weaved that story in the ring story.
Yeah.
I'm talking like
I'm
they just it
I'm a
was
big fan of lucha and New Japan style wrestling because they do a lot of reversals to action like combat styles. They kind of brought that in there.
they brought in everything. Like, I mean, watching the match was like, dude, these guys, they know what they're doing.
Oh,
I say
there
that
you go.
because,
When they did the run,
dude,
Orton did that simple trip up
yeah, but
and he rolled out of the ring.
if you watch the whole match, there was aspects of many different wrestling styles that aren't Edge and aren't Orton, and it was amazing that the two of them were able to still fucking do this, and work it
A
together.
lot of grapple involving. Yeah.
Like Orton's not a big grappler like that. Edge is, Orton's not.
Yeah.
But he did it. Edge came in and out of the ring with that whole like, and then just bam, like that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And then they targeted his neck a little bit. That's cool. And just the reversal. So the first, okay, before we go too far off
Nice
topic,
clothesline up top.
I was sitting there just relaxing more than I was trying to like study and think about things. If you remember, one of them was slapping like Steamboat, one of them was slapping like Flair, and that one was Orton. And it just went bam, 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 and it was just like, dude, like this is amazing. And then as I'm thinking that, the commentator mentions it, and I'm like, yeah, like, and then
I love with
Orton then
because he always his face pain. He does that good.
Like we were talking earlier, he sells it, dude. And Edge sells it too, but and then they're sitting there when he, and Orton stares up, and I'm like, okay, the way he's grabbing him, it's got to be Guerrero, because the way he's got it positioned, who else would he be staring up to unless he's gonna pull something his dad? Like
That's what I thought.
It's not gonna be his dad. Okay.
Now the only thing you do for his dad is the super flex off the top,
which he did later, and we'll get to that. But okay. So who else passed away? He could really honor that you think he would. That would Okay. Well, Guerrero, Benoit, and then by the time I could think of anybody else, it happened, and I'm like, no way, he's going for the Three Amigos, And then Edge goes, nah, bitch, I am. I was like, oh man.
That's I forgot that was so perfect.
I had chills watching it. And I'm like, no way.
You got to see Orton pull your boys move off the old Olympic slam.
I was very excited about that. Very excited. I was like, yes. And they just, dude. But seriously though, like if you actually watch the match, there were a few different matches that take place, and what I mean by that is, Orton didn't stay Orton with stylistically. Edge did not stay Edge stylistically. Now, the commentators did not mention Orton, but they did mention Edge. Well, he's just doing whatever he can here because, he's in pain. That's not what happened. We know that, that's what they sold it as, but we know he did that because, dude, that really was an amazing match. The greatest ever? No, but it was amazing. Like, to be a plain Jane, there was so much throwback. I felt like a little kid watching some of those like portions of that match between the angle slam, the Three Amigos, the chops, the in and out when he in the very beginning in and out and he just bam bam.
I loved Orton's face when he looked at the referee. The referee told him 2 after the pedigree. That was so good. Like he was just like,
and then
like,
well, yeah, but that's the the heelistic style of Orton, and then something that they focused on, but they didn't need to, but they did, which whatever. Something as simple as he got hit with a pedigree, and we don't see this much in NXT. They don't do this kind of shit at all, really. Which I wish Triple H, because Triple H is okay. Triple H is good. He was always good at selling it. Why is he not forcing that down their throats a little more? Something as simple as this, and it was when Edge got hit with the pedigree, and he goes, making sure his teeth aren't falling out.
check, yeah.
He was
Oh yeah,
he went
that's what I thought
he,
too.
he went
Commentary even called it out.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, but the commentary doesn't need to call it out. That's fine. The shit like that they don't do enough of. I don't think in NXT, and I'm worried that if they don't start doing that and learning it, they're gonna get brought up eventually, and we're gonna have shit. And I really hope it doesn't happen.
let's- yeah.
But
Hopefully not.
dude, the
Ones that
superplex,
have got that confident.
the rock bottom, that was I was not expecting a rock bottom. It was not.
I like the reverse into the rock bottom. That clothesline, hold your hand and pull back in.
Yes.
So good. That's exactly what The Rock would have done.
Mm-hmm. Or what about when he was trying to hit it with the unprettier and eventually he did hit the unprettier? Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
come on.
I'm just. I was like, one thing. I was like, all right, this is gonna be good. I have to see a flying RKO out of nowhere, and I'm glad they did that. I was just like, okay,
Okay,
back in.
so he honestly like landed that very good. Like I was nervous that he was
He
gonna
did
be
it.
standing there like this, waiting for a minute. But dude, he just did it.
Oh, he
Boom,
tucked him.
bam. It
Yeah,
was just perfect. Like the two
he
of
did that to
them.
Christian on a steps before.
Yes, but
Christian did the same way. The back sawed off the top rope.
but
Orton caught him.
the two of them just did it so good. Like
Yeah.
the elevated,
Oh man.
was it the elevated at DDT, the execution? Like
Yeah.
there was just so, oh man,
And the kill switch. Yeah.
it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. The ending was, I guess, fitting. Like it wasn't. It was just a quick little. There was no like. Oh,
Gut checks slash kind of low. We don't know yet. Into a brought back a punt.
yeah, it was just a little kick, which was good because the reason I think it was good is because they didn't go over the top. They didn't. Let's hit him with an RKO off the step. No, it was just a simple because the match was just ridiculously long. So much went on, and it was on one of those things where like back and forth, back and forth. The next move wins.
And then I'm glad they brought the punt back because it's exciting because we've never seen it in shit. How long? It's like bringing back the demon from Finn Balor. We'll be like, oh hell yeah!
So
When I seen him punt, I was,
yeah,
oh shit!
I was like, wait, that's not gonna be the end. Oh,
No, when I seen that punt, yeah,
I wasn't.
I was like, oh.
I didn't think. I still didn't think it was gonna be the end though. I did not think that was gonna be what would finish it off. I didn't.
I haven't seen anybody kick out of that punt yet.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was gonna be the end though. I don't know. So, overall, what would you give out of 5? What would you have give this Backlash as a whole? You're would no and
I being the greatest.
yeah, 5 being the greatest. Like if you only had like let's just say you're talking to someone who's not really a fan, but they're a fan. Like, should I watch this one? Like, what would you give it?
I would probably give it because it's pre-recorded and everything, but I mean it was still great. It was my personal, one of my two favorite guys to watch overall. Maybe like 3.5 stars, 4 stars, close in that range there. I wouldn't give it a 5, but because the whole pre-recorded thing, but it was really good.
Personally, I would give it a 3.5 as well. Take away Edge and Orton, I'll give it like a 2.5.
Yeah, the superstars did sell it.
I think the pay-per-view sucked. Without, now don't get me wrong, it didn't suck in the sense of I enjoyed, like I said, I did enjoy the cinematic crap with the Street Profits. It was good, not pay-per-view worthy. Shouldn't be doing it. I'm sorry. I don't want to see it.
It was comedy, yeah.
The Bobby Lashley ending, just no, I'm not feeling it. The Miz and okay, that was a good match, but not enough to carry the show. And the Nia Jax double count out, like, why are you trying to keep both of them strong? For what reason? What are we doing here?
Man,
It
to me,
seemed
that's just
weird.
like it made both of them weak.
Sheamus and Hardy, I like the ending. I like the fact that they made him lose, so he's still battling his demons, so to speak. That's great. But the match was it was okay. It didn't make the night. Um, I think if you take away Edge and Orton, my favorite match was probably the ladies tag team of the pay per view on the whole night. I think.
I will say, Sasha Banks did a pretty awesome ass roll up on Alexa Bliss at the end.
Dude, it
Man,
was a
that squat. Oh man, that was like you knew she was stuck.
it was a good match. I really enjoyed it, and I think they did a great job with it. Like I said, but the pay per view as a whole, dude, I just can't. Without Edge and Orton that night, that pay per view was not good. It was a 2.5, maybe a 3 if you really want to push it. But for me, I wouldn't recommend watching it. I would say watch the ladies tag team if you want to laugh. Watch the Street Profits, but make sure you absolutely watch Edge and Orton. That match will. I don't want to say it's going to go down in history, but it's definitely going to go down as memorable for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
yes, it was pre-recorded, but like that was still a good match, dude. You know.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah, because the Street Profit match was pre-recorded too, and look what happened on that. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it was pre-recorded, and a lot of these are pre-recorded now. But it wasn't like they've been pre-recorded for a while now. But it wasn't. It wasn't shit. It wasn't like it didn't feel pre-recorded. The fact that they had the fan piped in sound, that was awesome. I don't care what anyone says. If they didn't have that, it would have felt like a shitty match. And that's what
Yeah, exactly. They gave you the pop that you wanted.
that's something we've been missing. We've been missing the fans, and that makes it like because you could
Watch you. Like I said, UFC is going to do it next.
probably that would make the most sense if they did that soon. But I'm so. What do you? Where do you think we're going for the next pay per view?
I want Strowman to have a decent opponent for Extreme Rules. Because it almost makes me feel like just I don't.
Who else right now is anywhere near strong enough for that?
If well, we're still doing the brand thing, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe we're not sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm curious about the Otis thing, like how he's gonna play it off. But
No, just no.
Otis is gonna worm him,
But that's not, dude.
big worm on him.
Otis is not strong enough to be just no. I can't. I can't get behind. You cannot tell me that he right now.
What they're gonna do with that, I guarantee you, this is where the first when it does its cash in. This is gonna have the first time we're gonna see Tucky cross him, and he'll be he won't get his title.
Okay.
Seen Tucky in a while.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. I can get behind that one.
I'm with you at the same time. In my back of my mind, I don't think they're gonna title around Otis.
No. Not just no. Like it'd be so weird.
Yeah.
Because then what? You'd have to give it up like right away to somebody like kind of immediately. I can't picture you. You mean tell me he's gonna have a run longer than a month? Ugh. And don't get me wrong, I am an Otis fan, but
Yeah, I love Otis.
not in a face of the company kind of way.
Yeah. Well, they're going to bring back Roman eventually, and then he's going to be the savior of SmackDown.
Because like, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You know, but then we still have people you have to think about that they're not going to be the title holder, but we still have. There's so many options, but like, really, who is Strowman? Who who could you even like say is yeah okay?
They're going to let Dolph Ziggler fuck with him next. Watch.
But
And that's going to be his next opponent.
that's not even good. I don't know. I'm just too fucking.
No, exactly. I like Dolph Ziggler, but
And
they're gonna job him.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not. I just make this clear. I like Strowman, but I'm not on the Strowman bandwagon in any way, shape, or form.
You don't want to get these hands?
But like, for a dude, just for his size and his power and his general everything about him, what are you gonna do? You need someone that's almost equivalent. That's
You know who we're forgetting?
no.
There's one storyline that he's forgetting, probably.
Go ahead.
Bray Wyatt. I think there's still that man.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that for sure.
I don't think that storyline's over.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna bring the Fiend on.
Now,
And if he wins, unfortunately, here comes Superman to save the day when the coronavirus. That's my theory. The ending is gonna be Roman at the top, right when he comes back.
but I would be okay with. See, right now, if you're gonna take it away from Strowman, I'm gonna have to go with
Fiend.
either him or Corbin.
I thought about him yesterday. Is he?
What?
Was he on last week? I don't remember Corbin being on.
No, but I'd be okay with it. Is my point. Like I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't even be mad if Sheamus took it for a little bit. But Sheamus is busy right now with Hardy, so that ain't gonna happen.
You know, it's funny about Corbin is when he was in NXT, I told this guy I used to work with, I'm like, watch, that guy's gonna get he's gonna make it in the top as a good heel. And all you guy always said, man, nah, man, he'll get a push, but he won't make it. Well, sure enough, man, he made a damn good heel.
So I really liked him in NXT. If you take as far as the main roster, he's okay. Like he was too good.
You gotta give him credit though. He's got that heel mentality. Let's get rid of the King thing and do something different because that's old. But
yes, but
he can get under your skin.
He went from Baron Corbin to King. Like it made sense. Baron's next step is King. So
yes.
Okay, there really is no good next step. Like the next step is God. Like you know what I mean?
Oh, you can like break down and like, hey, I changed, mentality, and they try to like believe him, and then he crosses again, same old Corbin, something like that.
Okay. I can get behind that. But yeah, and then
down it.
So the other option would be for them to do cross brand and then maybe swap somebody in or out. But from Raw, who would you take from Raw to kick his ass?
I'm trying to keep thinking of who's on what roster.
I wouldn't mind Mahal. kicking his ass. I don't want Mahal champion, but I'm saying I wouldn't mind kicking his ass. Jinder Mahal. Is he released?
Is he still around?
Am I wrong here?
Is he still there?
Did he get released? Oh shit, I might be a little off.
I thought he did.
It's hard.
He did.
It's hard because, dude, if you watch the last 3 months of wrestling, it's the same like 5 people per show, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Can I handle?
No,
it?
I 100%.
It's just so annoying. Anyway,
Stable versus stable.
that's it. That's literally it. Oh yeah, and then we're gonna throw in Strowman over here and McIntyre over there. Like, what the fuck?
Mixed match.
Yeah. Ooh, it's so exciting. Yeah. So Austin. Not Austin. Sorry.
Well, I'm kind of man. Yeah, you brought that name up. I'm gonna look at it now, man. Now that you brought that up,
Right. But
I'm gonna keep watching.
I'm telling you, dude. But with that ado, folks, we bid you farewell. Good night. And as the Iron Sheik would say, go fuck yourself.
Hey.